And today we are talking about turning your passion into profit, into monetizing your genius, and being able to build wealth, doing what you love, and making a positive difference in the world. So, if that's something that really appeals to you, then stick around because we're going to go through processes today. Like it's going to be part training, but the primary thing that is the best about these tap and talks is what we're going to do is continuous tapping. So this is actually something that I picked up from Dr. Steve Wells, who is like a tapping guru here in Australia. I've done quite a few courses with Steve Wells. He was my coach for a period of time, my business coach and my mindset coach for a period of time. So, and basically when you get on a session with Steve, you do continuous tapping. You are just tapping all the time. And the power of this is that it actually tunes into the central nervous system, because you know that tapping calms down the central nervous system. Even if you're not focused on anything specific, it's working on clearing those fears, those doubts, those blocks, those traumas, the negative things that are going on with your central nervous system. It's still working in the background. So that's why I decided to do something different and do these tap and talks and get you to do continuous tapping. Now, I know that doing this for the next 20 minutes or however long we're together could be a little exhausting. So I'll give you an alternative. This is a really cool and yet powerful way to still use tapping anywhere. And that is you tap on the ends of the fingers. So you just use your thumb. Now think about it. You can do this anywhere. If you are sort of in the middle of a crowd, if you're at work, no matter where you are, sitting in front of the telly, you can just tap. And this will actually help to calm the central nervous system, help you to bring in that inner peace, that sense of well-being. So even if you just do this whenever, you can even do it one-handed while you're driving, if it's safe to do so, only if it's safe to do so. So continuous tapping. So I will tap with you while I'm training. So to give you just a reminder to just keep tapping. I know it looks weird. I don't care, as long as I get a result, and hopefully you get a result too. If you keep tapping with me, you're going to feel so calm and so you're going to feel so uplifted just by being on this live stream today or watching the replay. So keep tapping with me and let's go through what you need to be able to really monetize your genius, to create profit from your purpose. Now, there are people on this call, on this live stream, who are going to say, but I don't know what my purpose is. All right, let's tackle that first, shall we? So, what are you passionate about? What do you love to do? These are clear indicators of your purpose. What do you love to do? What do you get lost in? And when you're doing something that, and I'm not talking about vegging out in front of Netflix or going to the cinema, and all of a sudden the lights go up and you go, wait, what? Where am I? What, 3 hours? What the heck? No, I'm talking about activities, about things that you feel genuinely passionate about. What are those things? Sit down and write them down. Now, you may look at them and go, how the hell do I monetize that? Well, maybe something like, if you're playing with your dogs and you love playing with your dogs and you just love dogs, maybe you could make a career out of something with dogs. Maybe if you wanted an online business, you could sell all kinds of books or products or something to do with general health and well-being. So there is no limit to how you can monetize your passion when you start to get creative and you start to think, it's not a case of, oh, that's not possible. This is one thing that I know from spending so much time with sort of incredibly successful and wealthy people, is that there is never an I can't. It is always, how can I? Oh, That sounds almost impossible. How could I make that happen? That's the way they're wired. Seriously, they are wired that way. So, if you're just joining us, then we are tapping and talking. That's why it's called Tap and Talk. So, it's called continuous tapping. It's very powerful. You may think I'm weird. I don't care. Just tap with me. So, just write down all the things that you love to do and have a conversation with Source, with the universe, with God, with the divine, whatever your term is. Have a conversation and say, what is my purpose? How can I serve? We are all here to serve, by the way. You, me, everybody. We are all here to serve. So, divine, how can I serve? And start looking for ways that you can monetize what you love. Do what you love what you do. Every single successful person will say to you, if you love what you do, then you are like 100 times more likely to succeed, because it doesn't matter the setbacks, the disappointments, the challenges, how long it takes to make all the money. You just love doing it anyway. What would you do for the next 100 years, even if you never got paid to do it? That's a powerful question. I'm not saying you're not going to get paid to do it, but what would you do for the next 100 years, even if you never got paid to do it? Here's something I should have done right in the beginning. Can you hear me? Anybody who's live, can you type in the chat whether or not you can hear me? Because if you can't hear me, we're dead in the water. Ah, just let me know in the chat. Actually, give me 1 second because I can check on my phone. Sorry for the interruption. I should have done this in the beginning. Yeah, okay. I can hear me. Good. We're all good. Okay, cool, sweet. By the way, if you have questions, if you want to interact, it'd be great if you could, say hi in the chat. And as always, if you do like my content, then do me a favor, like and subscribe, because when you do that, when you hit the like button, when you comment, it pushes this out in the algorithm. And I'm on a mission this year to absolutely tame this beast called YouTube. So yes, that's my mission this year, is to reach a lot more people with my channel. So it's really important that you start thinking about what is your passion, what is your purpose, what are you here to do? Here's 3 really great questions. Who was I born to be? What was I born to do? Who was I born to serve? So you may have to stop tapping if you want to write those down, but who was I born to be? What was I born to do? Who was I born to serve? Those questions, literally life-changing. And you may need to ask yourself this for a week or a month before you actually get an answer that really drops in, that really sort of hits home, that feels like, oh, that's it. That's what I'm here to do. That's who I'm born to serve. This is who I was born to be, which is a great segue into the next part of profiting. Put my teeth back in. Creating profit from your purpose, and that is alignment. Alignment. I cannot impress upon you enough how important that seemingly innocuous word is. What do I mean by alignment? I mean alignment with who you truly are. Who are you? Do you know who you truly are? And I think that's one of those questions that we never stop asking, really. So, alignment with who you are, alignment with your purpose and your passion, alignment with your core values. What are your core values? A lot of this process and this journey to creating the wealth and the success that you desire, a lot of it is a journey of discovery. It's discovering more about yourself. It's probably the biggest part of the journey, is that self-discovery. So alignment with your purpose, with your core values. So your core values are just what's most important to you. You can tell instantly what my core values are. Well, what some of them are, just by my surroundings. You can see that education. Education is one of my top core values. I love learning. I love reading books. Um, Spirituality, easy to see, isn't it? My relationship, my um, photo of me and my husband in the background there, all the crystals, my dogs. You can see which way, that way. You see the dog beds behind me. Where are the dogs? Dogs are actually on our sleeping bed in the bedroom, but the dog beds are there. They're always with me somewhere. Um, they're most important to me. Another one is for me is my health. Top priority is my health, and my and freedom. Freedom, baby. Freedom is probably the top core value for me. So identify what's most important to you. What is non-negotiable for you in relation to your values? Once you understand that, you will understand your behavior, because you cannot act in a way that is inconsistent with your core values over an extended period of time. So you will always behave and act in a way that is in alignment with your core values. So getting in alignment with your core values is super, super important. And getting in alignment mentally and emotionally, critical, absolutely critical. And getting in alignment with your superpowers. What are your superpowers? What are your gifts? What are your talents? What's your unconscious competence? What do you play at that other people have to work at? So what do people compliment you on? It's like, when people say, "How do you do that so easily and effortlessly?" And you go, in your head, you go, "'Cause it's really easy." It just is. And you're thinking, "How can you not do that really easily?" Because it's a gift, it's a talent. It could be in communication, it could be an intellectual ability that you have. You could be amazing with your hands, you could be great with children. You could be an inspiring speaker. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to be incredibly skillful initially at these things, but they're things that you gravitate toward. They are things that are like a part of your passion. And when you understand what your gifts and talents are, you have lots, by the way. You have lots and lots and lots and lots of gifts and talents. And then you've also got the knowledge that you've acquired while you've been here living this life, and the expertise that you have developed, the skills that you've developed along the way, the experiences that you've had. All of these are things that you can package up and monetize. All of them. Leverage every single aspect of your journey of who you truly are. And then, of course, we come into the alignment mentally and emotionally. This, I cannot, again, impress upon you enough how important this is. So if you think about it, you are a transmission station. So this here, your field, your energetic field, your being, you are transmitting 24/7. You never stop transmitting because you are connected to everything. You are and everything is connected to you. Everything. Everything your heart desires is connected to you. So Dr. John Wayne Dyer used to say that the greatest lie of all is that we are separate from anything, including, get this, including what you want. So we have this illusion or delusion that what we want is separate from us. It's not. Nothing is. Nothing is separate from us. Everything, quantum science has proven that everything is connected. They took associated cells and they left one cell in one's place. They took the other cell like halfway around the world. They did something to this cell And there was no delay, none, zero, not even a nanosecond in the fact that it impacted the other cell. What? Keep tapping. Like, does that not blow your mind? Because of the energetic connection that they have. So, you are connected to everything, and everything is connected to you. You are connected to what it is that you want. The only difference is that you are not experiencing it in your current reality as a part of your current living experience. If you've called it in, it's already arrived. You haven't just actually made the leap to it being a part of your experience. So now it's building an aligned strategy. So there's that word alignment again. You see how critical this alignment is? And before we get onto aligned strategy, I just want to talk a little bit more about you being a transmission station, in that your frequency and vibration. I mean, you know Abraham Hicks, right? So, and how Abraham Hicks talks about you sending out rockets of desire, and how these are messages to source, to the universe. You are literally sending out messages all the time through your frequency, your vibration, your emotions, and your feelings, your state of being. So, state of being directly impacts your frequency and vibration. So, you master your state of being, man, you master life. You master success. You master wealth. So it's being able to quiet the mind, to quiet all those negative emotions. Why do you think we're doing this continuous tapping today? Because it calms the central nervous system. It quiets those negative emotions. While you are tapping with me, you are literally clearing blocks that you have not even identified yet. So mark this space. I'm doing this at the same time every Tuesday and Thursday in Australia, and every Monday and Wednesday in the United States. And if you don't catch me live, then you can always catch the recording. But this continuous tapping, make no mistake, it is transformational. And for anybody who wasn't here in the beginning, I showed you another way that you can tap continuously. Like if you're sitting on the bus and you don't want to be sitting there doing this because everybody's going to think you're a freak, then you can do this. So just tapping on the end of the fingers, but it is continuous tapping, and it will have a remarkable effect on you. If you do this, people just think you're fidgeting. They don't care. And you know what? Most people are so caught up in their own struggles, their own problems, their own lives. They don't care what you're doing unless you pose an immediate threat. So that frequency and vibration and that state, your state of being, your emotions, they are either supporting you or they are sabotaging you. Okay. So, or you can be in the middle. If you are neutral, if you don't feel any feelings and you're just neutral, then you're kind of walking the midline. But the more you can be in a state of happiness, of joy, of peace, of calm, of non resistance to what you want, then the more progress you're going to make toward your goals and dreams. That's why I keep saying tap, 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 tap on everything, tap everywhere. Like, how easy is this? Seriously, how easy is this? People reach out to me and say, "Oh, I'm having this problem." I go, "You tapped on it?" "Oh, no." I know it's another thing that you need to add to your day. But as I said, you can do this anywhere at any time in front of the television. Just tap. Man, it's going to transform your life. It will transform your life. So, mastering your state of being, clearing your fears, your doubts, your blocks. And of course, when you identify those blocks, those limiting beliefs, then you can tap on those, tap on all aspects of them. If you've identified a time in your life as a child that you started to believe something because of an event, tap on the event. tap on the belief, tap on the emotions around the event and the belief, tap on trauma, tap on being frustrated, tap on being overwhelmed, tap on being afraid. And then as you master your state of being, as you get into these emotions that are higher frequency and vibration emotions, you open the door for what you want to come in. So, make sure it's in alignment. Again, alignment, 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 alignment. Everything needs to be in alignment. You getting into a state of flow is getting into a state of alignment. So your primary focus must be to get into a state of alignment. And of course, alignment with your mindset, your mental alignment. That is knowing how truly powerful you are. That is understanding that you have the ability to achieve anything you put your mind to, whatever you can conceive and believe you can achieve. Napoleon Hill, one of the truest statements ever made. So there is no dream you cannot realize. There is no goal you cannot accomplish. Let me give you an example. 100 years ago, somebody who had suffered some sort of catastrophic injury, and maybe they have no legs. Now, 100 years ago, being able to walk again would have been unthinkable. Like, how can that be? You haven't got any legs. How can you ever walk again? Fast forward, I don't know. I don't know when prosthetics were created. But fast forward to when prosthetics were created, all of a sudden they can walk again, even though they don't have their limbs. So at the time, their desire to walk again may not have been able to be immediately realized. But just the fact that they put out that rocket of desire, somewhere down the track, someone created prosthetics. And prosthetics have continued to evolve and get better and developed. And now you have athletes who are running on these incredible prosthetic limbs and doing all sorts of incredible things with prosthetics. And who knows, in the future, with Neuralink and Elon Musk developing whatever he's developing, maybe we'll be able to reestablish and have people who have fake limbs and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference with all the neural connections and everything else. I mean, technology is getting pretty damn good. 50 years ago, not possible, but not possible for forever. Everything is possible. It might just take time to develop the technology or understand the process or create the specific strategy. So all of this to say alignment, 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 alignment. Now, coming back to your strategy and being able to create an effective strategy, just start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. You cannot get from here to here without taking all the little steps along the way. Like, not possible. We have not found a way to help somebody to lose 20 pounds overnight safely without surgery. I mean, you can do it with surgery, I guess, but that's pretty drastic. So if you chop out, if you eliminate surgery, then basically if you are 20 pounds overweight, then the process to getting healthy, it's a journey. One thing I'm actually going to wrap it up because I can talk for forever, man. I can talk absolutely for forever. And I hope you're getting lots of value out of this. If you are, let me know in the chat because I want this to build into something really significant just so I help more and more people. But I saw something on, I think, was it X or Facebook or wherever, social media yesterday. And it was very inspiring because it was this young lady who was like grotesquely overweight. She was morbidly obese. To see that, it was like, whoa, how does anybody get that overweight? Like fat hanging everywhere, man. It was, yeah. And then she documented, she videoed parts of her journey, the beginning of her journey to losing that weight. And in the beginning, you could see the distress on her face. And it was like every second she just looked like she just wanted to quit. Every second she just wanted to quit. She was in tears. It was hard. But as she went, I don't know how long the video was a minute. It was just little snippets. And I don't know how long it took her, but the transformation was stunning. To see her slim, fit, healthy, her confidence had gone through the roof. She looked proud. She looked happy. She was a different person by the end of that journey. It was hard. Choose your hard. It would have taken her, I reckon, it had to have taken her at least 18 months to 2 years. She was that overweight. So no matter what your journey involves, it's going to be hard. Buckle up. Choose your hard. This young woman could have chosen her hard to be being morbidly obese for the rest of her life. Do you understand what that means? Do you understand the health challenges she would have had? The lack of self-belief and self-worth? The lack of mobility? If she was able to have kids, never being able to play with her kids, always being tired all the time, having back pain, hip pain, probably multiple surgeries for her joints, never being able to go for a long walk, feeling uncomfortable in your body all the time. Her journey to being slim, to being healthy, to building her confidence was hard. But man, living like that, morbidly obese all your life, that's got to be way harder. Choose your hard. So I'm going to leave it there because, like I said, I could be here for hours. I do love you so much because I know that at the core of your being, you just want to get out from the struggle. You just want to make a difference in the lives of others. You just want to live free. We all just want to live free and happy and do whatever the hell we want when we want. And I want that for you too, because I don't think there's any other way to live this life. And regardless of what's going on out in the world right now, it's chaos, man. Total chaos. Focus on you and the ripple that you make in the world. Don't get caught up in the drama and your beliefs and opinions about what's happening, because what you believe is happening is not what's really happening. It's just your opinion. It's just your view. It's your perspective. It's your perception. Everything is a story. Everything is a perception. Remember that. And that includes your beliefs, your stories, your fears, your doubts, your blocks. They're just perceptions. They're just stories. Do not let them get in the way of what you want. And always keep tapping. Now, before I wrap it up, I'm just going to share with you, I have this incredible new process called the Wealth Blueprint Breakthrough. It is unbelievable. I will put the link in the description below and in one of the comments below for you to be able to check that out, because it is a total game changer. I can help you to clear your fears, doubts, blocks, and limiting beliefs. And this is one of the most powerful ways that I have ever seen to be able to do it. So thank you for being with me today. If you have enjoyed this, remember to like, subscribe to my channel, and be prepared for future lives. Comment below. Let me know how this impacted you, how this landed for you. And I love you loads. And I'll see you in one of my next videos or on one of my next lives. Bye for now.